Hey everyone, Zero JD here with the XBLA Fans Channel, here to give you a quick taste of Omensight. It is a game that was made by the same studio who made Stories of Path of Destinies. It actually shares the mechanic of you're replaying the same day over and over again, gathering information to try to solve a mystery of why the entire world ended. Yeah, that's right, the world ended. It was eaten by a giant void snake, darkness snake. I believe his name is Vodin. You are actually playing as the Harbinger, a entity who is summoned in right at the end of the world, and you are summoned into this giant war between these two nations. You get to the end, and essentially the world ends, and then you will warp to this this sort of hub area where you can do multiple things. One of your abilities is that you can interact with people and tie your fate to them, so you can essentially relive their last day alive with them. I've actually gotten a general from one of the attacking army, a rebel fighter, and then the leader of the rebellion right here. This is the actual sort of main hub area. I can use this totem here to level up and get new skills. Right now I actually have the ability to dash. I have the ability to shoot a projectile when I get enough energy. I can like grab people and throw them, and then I can actually slow down time in a set area. Right here is where you're using essentially upgrade material amber to upgrade your abilities, reduce the delay of stuff, reduce the delay of your friend's abilities or companion's abilities, upgrade your weapon and armor, standard stuff. It's actually really nice. And I got a double jump. I actually really like how this game looks, and I really like the character design. There are some weird graphical things that happen. Once in a while, the game will zoom out and like stuff will flicker in the background. But this is the big meat of the game. So Vera, who is the priestess, who essentially is a line of essentially their soul, when they die, their soul comes back and essentially just keeps the darkness away because it's been quoted as being scared of them. She was killed, her soul didn't come back, and no one knows why. So that's why we're here. And as I've played through these people's stories, I've gathered information about them and then gathered like what it has to do with like the overall arcing thing. So this hold on. This bird guy right here is the main suspect, is killing her. We actually have a memory of him murdering her, or at least assaulting her, and then she died. That's Vera right there. That's the bear dude. This is the cat general who I did first. So when I originally did her story, we went down to a Quella prison riot, and then we actually went after the leader of the rebellion, and then terrible things happened, and then the world ended. I then went up with this guy, and I actually used a sigil that I got from her to unlock a crypt, and got an Omensight, which is essentially a memory that I can see, and then I can show to other people. So then I showed it to her again, and we actually altered our path this time and went to see the Emperor, and then terrible things happened. But then with that information, I can now show this Omensight to either of these three people, and if I fought him, I can actually show him the memory, essentially like a lawyer showing evidence to someone and being like, what do you have to say to that? And it's actually really well done, I think. So we're actually going to go ahead and do Draga here. You want? Yes, I do. Do I want to skip? No, I want to show it all.
Hurry, Harbinger. Do not let
she says that. The witch says that. She's essentially the narrator. There doesn't seem to be any hard time limit. So as you can see, time is rewinding here, and you can actually see all the different players move around through their world and everything like that. And I can actually alter it. So originally, from Crimson Forest, Draga would go to the Imperial Prison. However, I believe we'll be going to the temple with with when I present her with stuff. As you can see, I'm at the beginning of the day, there's the middle, there's the night, and then there's the end of the day when it all goes terrible.
General, give me 2 battalions and I shall capture.
The voice acting is pretty good.
I do not doubt it.
I really like these little pictures here. I love the character designs.
To a graveyard.
The character designs and stories, the Path of Destinies was really good. So originally I could have just stepped out here, and I guess everyone knows how the Harbinger is. And I am given a lot of leadway, like, hey, whoever I side with, they side with me, absolutely no question. So this is the Omensight, but this is all I have. All we have is him grabbing her neck. We don't know that he actually killed her.
Both of you.
And that is the Emperor of this side of the army.
There has to be a reason for what happened, Harbinger. You are the Harbinger, yes? Indrik. He may seem cruel.
His name's Indrik, there he goes.
There's a reason behind his actions. That vision.
And of course you can skip these dialogues and all that stuff.
Yes, they were in engravings on the walls, scriptures and patterns.
So the original time I went to this temple, I couldn't read the inscriptions.
Shed some light.
She can read that though.
General Tiger, the prison, riots.
Have the captain send
So originally we went to that prison to quell the riots.
I must attend to
But since I showed her the Omensight and that information I have, we're going to the temple,
that vision of yours.
which I think's pretty neat. And you can see Radica there in the Imperial prison. The bear dude actually coming over to the temple. I won't interact directly with him here, but I will show a flash of him following us. And of course, if you come to the temple with the bear guy, you have to fight the wolf army guys. Here, with her, we just bypass them. But I really like how this, the music's pretty good too. Like I said before, the animation's one of the things I enjoy most. Loading times are a little weird. There's also loading times within the levels, I believe. When you get to a door, sometimes they'll get stuck and like bounce up and down, which I believe is hiding a loading screen. So this is me. That is Draga. If I hit right trigger, I can actually, she comes in and does a sort of AoE attack. I can attack. I can also do heavy attacks and link stuff together. Like I said before, I can actually freeze time in an area. I can dash and I can roll. If I roll 3 times, I actually get tired. And I can't do it right now, but I can reach out and grab stuff like that and then fire it. And of course, there's stuff you break. The top, the health bar, and then below that is the energy bar. As that fills up, you get little energy orbs. I actually also have an instant attack, so if I have 2 of those orbs, I get a instant kill attack. So we're gonna go ahead and run ahead. And of course, in each level, there are different things you can discover. You get the ability to open certain seals from people,
Scriptures would
and once you get that, it opens up new paths in those original lines, and then side stuff in the other
for that matter.
stories.
No amount of study and training would have led to acceptance had it not come from Indrik.
So a lot of people like Indrik, some of them are doubting him. Normal kind of stuff. So since I don't have this purple ability to unlock, I can't go through here. So the first time I went through with Draga here, I got the Imperial symbol, which allowed me to come back to this area with the bear dude and open that area and then get the Omensight and progress the story. So these are ciphers. They're essentially darkness creatures.
Not dare tread these sacred halls until now.
So like I said before, if you're with Draga, you're fighting ciphers, or you're fighting the Redentia or the rebel army. If you're with the Radica or the bear guy, you're fighting the army that belongs to these people, or the ciphers. So whoever you side with, you're essentially going against the other factions,
Harbinger,
because no one remembers you because you are resetting time.
for those soldiers.
All right, let's get some combat in here.
Allow me.
There we go. So combat is pretty simple. If you see an exclamation point above their head, that means that they are going to attack. I can slow down time, grab one of them, fire him. So you can see at the top, I now have a little orb. I can actually hold X and bam. If I had 2 of those, I could actually use the ability to insta kill. So what you saw there is I actually dodged at the last second. I have an upgrade that slows down time. And then of course Phantom Dash is just to get around. Everything is named Phantom, like Phantom Grab, Phantom Dash, Phantom Blast.
Keep your guard up. That was not the last.
I could have, during the combat, I could have. Yeah. And of course you find chests and barrels you can break up. Sometimes barrels will have apples, I think, in them. And then you pick up these shards for Ember, which allow you to upgrade stuff. If I wanted to, I could have, oops, I was messed up. I could have grabbed that explosive barrel. I can't move with it, but like at another portion, I can grab one and throw it at the enemies and all that kind of fun stuff. But like, I think this is a loading door. All right, let's go up here and try this. right, reinforcements.
Pagarians, let us cleanse these sacred grounds.
Oh, it's the Pagarians versus the Rodidians. But yeah, I think this game's pretty cool. Some of the weird stuff, like the graphical stuff, doesn't really stick out unless you really look for it. The only issue with that is that you are replaying the same stuff over multiple times. So if it happens once, you will notice it again and again. So if I hold Y, there you go, instant death. The combat feels good.
Swordsmanship, Harbinger. Together, yes?
So her story here doesn't really give you too much information outside of like, hey, there's this prophecy and what essentially has been happening in the back of, hey, there is a way to combat the darkness snake and seal him away. You just have to do some crazy rituals, stuff and like that. It's when you get the Omensights that like the big leaps happen.
After we have finished investigating, we should have...
But I've been enjoying it so far. I'm not sure how long it is. I don't feel like I'm too close to it, depending on how much of, like, you saw how much of the information and clues I had and all that kind of fun stuff. But I don't think I'm going to be finishing it within the next like 2-3 hours or anything like that. So as you can see there, that lock on the left side, when I originally came here with the bear, we were supposed to go through this front door, but I saw that lock and I went over here. And she's going to go ahead and open it. Also, the way they deal with you walking behind stuff is really neat. It kind of just gives you like a little like X-ray vision. It's really neat. And of course, when I was here with the bear, we didn't have this bridge. We had to go do platforming and all that kind of fun stuff. But that's Omensight. I think it's pretty neat. I would recommend it if you like stories, The Path of Destinies. Oh, there he is. And of course, essentially everyone that you meet with and tie your fate to theirs is dead, because I think that's essentially the requirement, or they have recently died. I know Draga recently died when I first met her. But I am ZeroJD. This is the XBLA fan channel. I won't go too much further just because of the spoiling stuff. But yeah, that's Omensight. If you like their other game, Stories, I would recommend this one for you. If you like the idea of kind of slowly puzzling this stuff out, it doesn't really seem to require you to make like decisions or anything like that. There is a difficulty for the combat, and then there is a sort of thing where it's like, hey, do you want to figure this out all out by yourself, or do you want the witch to kind of chime in and give you hints and stuff like that? Like one of my things is like, I could show someone an Omensight at like a key moment in battle, or I can kill them and gain the like the friendship of this other person and unlock something else. But anyways, I am ZeroJD. This is the XBLA fans channel. This was Omensight. I think it's pretty neat. Thank you for watching. If you have any questions, leave a comment below. See ya.